an NDIS provider, what's your compliance process like? What would it be like if you knew exactly what auditors expect to see? What if you completely understood what the NDIS wants you to do and had the right tools to get the job done? I'm guessing compliance and audit preparation would be a lot less stressful. You'd know what to do, how to do it efficiently, and you'd know when you've done enough. Hi, I'm Susan HAWKINS, the Director of PQplus. We work alongside all sorts of NDIS providers, helping them to manage quality and the audit process. We want NDIS providers to manage quality and compliance with the confidence that comes from knowing what's expected. If you know what's expected, you can identify problems and solve them before the audit. You can take control of your compliance processes. You don't waste time and energy or neglect important issues. You achieve more with fewer resources. So we created an NDIS compliance and audit management course that gets you fully informed and fully equipped. Practical Audit Prep explains NDIS quality management in plain English, demonstrates the techniques, and provides the tools. 10 lesson modules guide you through addressing every element of the NDIS Practice Standards core module, with over 3 hours of video tutorials, a comprehensive course handbook, and projects that will set up or tune up your quality management system. We provide the tools auditors expect to see and show you how to use them to address the NDIS objectives, how to generate evidence for audit, how to save time and money without cutting corners, and how to use the compliance process to get the best quality outcomes for your organisation, its staff, and its participants. If you're an NDIS provider in line for a certification audit against the NDIS Practice Standards core module, if you have policies and procedures in place and want to take control of your compliance and quality, stay with us for the rest of this video as we watch the course introduction. It will outline the course aims, content, structure, and outcomes. Let's talk about how the Practical Audit Prep course works. There's a lot to take in, but we want you to have a complete understanding and, more importantly, a practical understanding. We've made sure that the 10 lesson modules address every requirement in the NDIS Practice Standards core module and guide you through the practical process of setting up and maintaining a compliance system that meets all the requirements. So take your time, press pause, and walk away when you need to. Watch the videos and read the handbook as many times as you need. As you work through the course, you'll put the techniques into practice. You'll get comfortable with the language and it will all make perfect sense. We promise. Now, how can we be so sure? Because Practical Audit Prep combines proven quality management techniques with some innovative thinking that makes surprising sense of the NDIS practice standards. What will you get out of the course? As the name says, the main aim of the Practical Audit Prep course is a practical understanding. How to manage compliance, solve compliance problems, and prepare for audit methodically and confidently. You'll develop this know-how by completing the projects in each lesson module. Using the tools in your resource packs, you'll build an audit-ready compliance system that works for your organisation. The videos and course handbook show you how and why the quality management techniques used in the community sector work. They'll show you how quality management addresses the NDIS requirements and objectives, how to use quality tools and techniques to manage compliance, how to work efficiently without cutting corners, how to recognise and solve compliance problems, how to monitor and evaluate your work so you know when you've done enough, and how to generate evidence that really works at audit. NDIS compliance isn't about ticking individual isolated checkboxes. It's a system and requires a systematic approach and a systematic explanation. Practical audit prep works from the ground up, showing you how all the parts of a quality and compliance system work together and what a functioning system looks like and how to build one. So it's best to move through the course from beginning to end, making sure that each part of your system is in place and doing what it should be doing. Use the quizzes for each lesson module to test your understanding. There's over 3 hours of video content alone, so come along with us at your own pace and in your own way. We imagine you'll watch the lesson module video first, but you may prefer to start by reading the relevant handbook chapter. Take advantage of the different approaches the course offers to suit your particular learning style. But do make sure you complete the projects in each lesson module because that's where the practical audit preparation really happens. We give you all the tools you need to complete them. The videos and course handbook work hand in hand. Sometimes the handbook delivers extra information or looks at things from a different angle. It always records the essential information, notes any action points, and provides checklists. In fact, it's like a big checklist, so you can be confident that all the NDIS practice standards core module requirements are addressed. We're sure it will be a valuable resource for a long time. There's a special feature in the handbook to help you complete the self-assessment for your certification audit and registration renewal. Self-assessments show auditors how your quality system generates evidence of compliance with each NDIS requirement. The course handbook makes this process clearer and easier by linking the quality processes discussed in each lesson module to their relevant standards. At the end of each lesson module, check your policies against the list of relevant practice standards, and you'll work your way through the entire core module, conducting a gap analysis and completing your self-assessment. It will give you a deep understanding of the NDIS requirements and your compliance system. We stress the importance of evidence repeatedly because it's easy to overlook, forget, or get wrong. To avoid extra stress during the audit, it pays to really think about how your systems work, the kind of evidence they generate, and how one form of evidence confirms another. Of course, we won't leave you wondering how to do this. We'll give you a clear guide to evaluating your evidence and help you generate evidence in the projects and using the supplied tools. One thing we know for sure is that problems will come up, right? Complaints and incidents, staff problems, time problems, audit problems. With a practical understanding, you'll be able to solve compliance problems. But a few suggestions are always helpful, especially when you're starting out. So this course provides some solutions to common problems that providers are facing under the NDIS. They're simple and creative, and they'll save you money, time, and effort. We'll explain why simple solutions are usually better and more likely to meet the NDIS requirements, more likely to work, and with more benefits for everyone. We know these suggestions will help many or most providers, but there are no one-size-fits-all solutions. So do think about whether our suggestions are suitable to your situation. How will you know if they're suitable? How will you know if you've done enough to address requirements and pass audit? Well, we'll discuss that throughout the course, starting with the very first lesson module, Quality Management. In practical audit prep, we've tried to balance keeping things clear and simple with providing lots of helpful information. There may be some providers who have gone through audits and who think that we've included too much, or who might say, well, my auditor didn't require this or that. There certainly is some variation in what auditors expect. We've based practical audit prep on experience across hundreds of audits, the quality management and compliance conventions that are developed in the community sector, and most importantly, the requirements of the NDIS practice standards. If a requirement is mentioned in the practice standards, auditors can reasonably ask for evidence of compliance. Whatever the auditor requires, based on the standards, we want you to be ready, properly equipped, and in charge of your system. We hope practical audit prep helps you manage compliance more effectively, more efficiently, and more confidently. Everyone at PQplus thanks you for doing great work and wishes you all the best with all you do.